Friends, welcome back to Vince and Gigi's Super Channel G. Look how incredible this new Spider-Man wave of Marvel Legends looks. Looks absolutely incredible. Give you a quick little glimpse of this amazing Demogoblin that we're gonna build at the end of this video. So stay tuned, you're not gonna wanna miss any of these figures. So guys, if you've not already subscribed to our channel, please subscribe below. Hit the notification bell next to it so you're notified every time we have a new video come out. Talk to us in the comments below, we'd love to hear from you. Let us know where in the world you're watching from and what you think of these action figures. Do you already own some of them? Because man, is this set incredible. You're not gonna wanna miss a second of this toy review and unboxing. So guys, what do you say we get started right now?
It's so nice to meet you, Gigi.
Super Channel G.
Vince and Gigi, Super Channel G.
Vince and Gigi from Super Channel G.
Vince and Gigi from Super Channel G. I will see you on the TV.
Congratulations on all your success.
Alright friends, welcome back to Vince and Gigi's Super Channel G. Look at this amazing new Spider-Man wave of Marvel Legends. This is the Build-A-Figure for Demogoblin and looks absolutely outstanding. I just want to go over real quick who is in this set and then we'll get started with our unboxings. But take a look at this. So of course we have Velocity Suit Spider-Man, we have Spider Armor Mark III Spider-Man, Superior Octopus, Marvel's Vulture, Marvel's White Rabbit, and Shang-Chi. And of course, these all come with Build-A-Figure pieces to get this amazing Demogoblin. He looks absolutely amazing, however you want to pronounce him. And look, he's even got this flame glider. Looks absolutely amazing. So just a quick glance as we set him aside and then see which ones we're going to do first. What do you think? They look absolutely amazing, outstanding. And so, man, look at this. Classic Vulture, Marvel's White Rabbit, and Shang-Chi, of course. So, alright, well, you know what? Let's go ahead and just go in order, as it says back over here, right? Let's take one more closer look. And right here, in this first one we're going to do, it comes with a leg. Then this one comes with the other leg. 3 comes with both arms. 4 comes with the head. 5 comes with the glider, and 6 with the torso. So let's take a closer look and let's get started. What do you say? So first of all, we're gonna dive in with this version of Spider-Man from the Gamerverse. Doesn't that look absolutely amazing? This is Velocity Suit Spider-Man, and with Velocity Suit Spider-Man, look at this beautiful artwork on the side. Look at that suit, man, looks amazing. So it's basically the same picture on both sides, but mirror image. And let's take a look at what the write-up says in the back. And here's a really cool pose with the action figure, not just artwork, but a pose right here from the actual figure. So here it says, Velocity Suit Spider-Man. Peter Parker enhances his spider suit with speed boosting technology to become Velocity Suit Spider-Man. And man, does that look amazing. So let's not waste any time. Let's just jump right on in. And of course, let me not forget to say that these are made by Hasbro and can be found just about anywhere, especially Walmart and Target and GameStop. That's where I'm definitely finding these. This one I found at Walmart. Look at this beautiful spider symbol in there. Look at that. Looks absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. Beautiful package. All right, let's get closer. Let's take a deeper dive into this. What do you say? And oh look, I didn't realize there's like a little net of webbing right here. Here is one of the legs for our Demogoblin. Looks really cool. Look at that. Woo! It's got a lot of parts of articulation. So set that aside and unlock Spider-Man. Take him on out. Okay, and sorry about that. I just hit our camera on accident, but I wanted to show you. Check this out. So, a quick picture if you're not familiar. This is, of course, the Spider-Man video game from PS4. Here's a Velocity suit in action. It's from pre-order bonus from the Spidey suit pack, right? And look how incredible that looks. And of course, there were 2 other suits. We have the Iron Spider and we have Spider-Punk. And don't those look absolutely amazing? Sorry, I'm drifting off here. But that's awesome, just to show you that bad boy in action. All right, so let's see what his suit looks like up close. It looks absolutely outstanding. Look at this awesome head sculpt. I'm gonna zoom in even closer. Look at that. And man, it looks very sleek. Let me push, see how far back we can. Wow. Okay. You pinched my finger for a second there, but only because it was stuck. But okay, good. We have some pretty good head articulation with how far it goes back and how far it goes down. Look at that. Let's see. Doesn't really tilt side to side, but it does turn very well, obviously. And then it will hit these parts, so this is what lifts it up a little bit. Just throwing that out there. And look, it looks pretty good. All right, so let's see how it goes with the arms. The arms go completely all the way around here. The shoulder with this little piece sticking out looks like, okay, good. It still goes all the way out straight. Doesn't go any further back than that. And just keep in mind, he does not have that extra butterfly joint right here. So his arms only go that far in and that far out. So keep that in mind. Man, look at this beautiful sculpt and these beautiful colors being used. So he's got, you know, a pretty good ab crunch. It's slightly different than we've seen in the past. Now, moves similar, but slightly different mold there. And look at this sculpt again. Wow, a beautiful sculpt. Okay, let's see the biceps move on the high part of the bicep right here. We have double joints right here at the elbows. So they do end up coming in at almost a 45-degree angle. Let's see if I can get this higher part of the elbow to move. Nope, you just kind of got stuck there. But anyway, let's see. We don't have any accessories other than that little... Well, first, let me just address the fact that I'm not really getting this elbow to come in, and I'm going to have to apply pressure so that I don't pop the arm off. Okay. Ugh. This inside part of the forearm is not coming in. It's not wanting to work with me, and I definitely don't want to break this character. Keep in mind that you do need to apply pressure in this way so it doesn't crack off. You will break a Marvel Legend if you push it too hard, so keep that in mind. Okay, so I'm not gonna force it. And look at this hand. Of course, we have web slinging hand action here. It goes back and forth and around, and then you can see how hard I was pressing right here. And then this one's kind of stiff too. There, we just push it back, and then it should loosen it up forward. Spins around, so we have a fist right here. It looks super cool. And look at this beautiful paint right here. I love that baby blue with that like dark candy apple red. We do move at the waist. That looks great. It's a nice, you know, thick turn. We do have some pretty strong knee joints there. These legs are just mirror images of each other. And let's see, we got a pretty good hip joint. His legs go out pretty far. Now, as far as coming up, I wish they did come up higher, at least to a 90-degree angle, well, barely, so that we can have some really amazing Spider-Man poses. And it moves in the high part of the thigh. But his legs don't come that far in, so just throwing that out there. We do have really good ankle joints that pivot and point and flex, but we don't really have that full-blown Spider-Man articulation that we've come to know and love from our Marvel Legends figures, because he can only like ab crunch that far and not come like way further in. So this action figure is definitely going to be less for making those really dynamic Spider-Man poses and more for, I guess, strong action fighting poses. So that's something to take note of. Let's see if, and then the joints are like super stiff. Let's see if we can bring this down over here. There we go. And so How does that look? It's pretty good to me. Let's just see how we want this fist pointed. There we are. Look at this beautiful paint job. As I mentioned before, look, those different tone blues, and that red is just absolutely outstanding. And I wish it was all as glossy looking as this looks, because it's not. This is a little flatter looking, but still, what a great action figure to add to our collection. So let's see if I can get him to stand up by pushing this leg a little further out. And that looks pretty outstanding. So let's set him up over here. And then, you know, I'm not real sure how to go about having this web netting, if we're supposed to catch people with it. So maybe you can comment below if you know how we're supposed to use it. Because, I mean, he can carry his laundry. Just kidding. He can definitely catch people with it. So, in any event, that's what we'll use it for now, until you guys can let me know exactly how we're supposed to use it. So let me set him aside over here. Okay, and here we go. Look how cool that looks. So we'll set him up right on over here. How does that look? Am I out of focus? Sorry about that. There we go. I think it looks pretty cool. Look at that. So let's take a quick picture. And let's move on to our next action figure in this set. Put this right here next to him. What do you say? Well, it's kind of blocking stuff. Put it over here. Alright. Let's move on. So next we have another Spider-Man, and this looks absolutely amazing. I don't know why I'm going out of focus. There we are. And this one, of course, is Spider Armor Mark III. And there's a similar head sculpt, but not the same. We do have that soft baby blue, like robin's egg blue, but definitely a different looking suit here. And yeah, let's get this bad boy open. Look at this beautiful artwork on the side. These two just have unbelievable artwork on them. Again, Gamerverse, Demogoblin Build a Figure. And look at how cool he looks in the back. Looks like it's going to be a very similar sculpt with some other pieces here, but let's read what it says in the back. And this is a beautiful action shot. So it says, Spider Armor Mark III. Peter Parker upgrades his spider suit with advanced technology known as Spider Armor Mark III. Wow, let's get him out. And then, forgive me if I have to sneeze in a minute. I've been holding it back. Again, look at this beautiful spider emblem right here. Looks absolutely gorgeous. And here's the other leg for our Demogoblin. Look at that. We have both. And then we have this little web piece right here, right? Cool. And he also has no accessories beyond that. So that part is a little disappointing, because I'm gonna be honest, I want as many accessories with my Marvel Legends as possible, because number one, I love Marvel Legends. Number two, I love accessories, because they make us want to come back and just see play with these guys more and more, right? Set them up with different poses, different action shots, and so on. So, man, this looks cool. And look at this awesome texture here. So look at this really amazing head sculpt. Let's see if we can put his head that far back. Head comes that far forward. And does tilt slightly. Of course, turns really well. And we have very similar ab crunch. This one does seem to come a little further forward and back. Let's see. The arms come about that much out, but then this shoulder piece kind of restricts it. So just making sure you're aware of that. We have this right here, which on his suit right here is going to restrict some of his movement, just so you're aware of that. Okay. And let's see. Ooh, that's why I was doing that. I was like, what in the world? Because it's getting caught under there. You see that? So forward we're good, but it's the backwards part that we're having trouble with. He moves pretty well at the waist. Let's see, is this loose? Is it attached anywhere? It is attached in the back, so it's not just fully loose. And the arms do go around all the way. Let's see, they turn on the high part of the bicep. And these elbow joints move a lot smoother than the other one. And let's see, we move back and forth at the wrist. Look at these gloves. I'm really digging that sculpt. And the again, we have this one hand that's shooting web, and look how amazing the sculpt is. Look at that. Look at it compared to my pinky nail. It's small, but of course accurate size to Marvel Legends. I'm just saying, look at the amazing detail. And then the double joints here at the elbow, so we can get almost a 45-degree angle. Look at this spider emblem, just incredible. I like how this almost looks like a spinal cord column. And let's see if we can get the legs any different than our other figure. We do have really strong knees. And then this one, look, the leg does come higher and better articulation than the other one right off the bat. And smoother movement. Got some great mobility here at the high part of the thigh. Look at the awesome sculpt and texture. And this leg does the same thing basically. Bend this right here at the knee. And then look at these parts right covering his ankle guards right here, right? And we have some really good articulation with the point and flex and the movement on the ankle. So that looks great. And I just can't say enough about how awesome this action figure looks. Doesn't that look amazing? Look at the blue. I'm digging the colors. So let's just get him with a strong action pose, and if we decide later, we can change it up. But yeah, we definitely want him on the offensive. There we are. Look at that. Looks wonderful. Alright, let's set him up with the other Spider-Man. Oh, and you know what? He's gonna shoot this onto someone, so I guess he really doesn't need it on his arm. But let's take a look. Okay, and before we do that, check out this incredible video showing this suit in action from the video game. Look at this. I'll just show you a few more seconds, then we'll move on. But in case you haven't seen this amazing suit, looks absolutely incredible. Doesn't it look awesome? It'd be cool if we could do this pose with our action figure, but unfortunately, we're not going to be able to, because those legs, you know, obviously they move really high, close to the body. So, all right, we're gonna have a really cool stance right here, and we'll move this back over here and set him up next to our other Spider-Man. So there we are. Look how cool that looks. Again, let's get close to see how incredible these two Spider-Men look. Isn't that awesome? So, all right, let's go ahead and move on. Let's move on to our next action figure. What do you say? And let's move this over here. Okay. Next we have Spider-Man Superior Octopus. Now, we already did a solo review of this guy. He's absolutely incredible and such a wonderful action figure. But let's do him right now for the whole set Build-A-Figure sake, and that way we'll actually be able to use the Build-A-Figure pieces. Look at this beautiful artwork on both sides. That'd be cool if this green matched this instead of, you know, this color. But because I'm really digging that green, almost like a Super Channel G green. Look at that. Look at this beautiful artwork on the back of just an action pose. And let's read what it says back here for Superior Octopus. It says, Otto Octavius suits up in a high-tech spider suit to protect the city as the superior octopus. And isn't that cool? Looks absolutely amazing. High-tech spider suit, but yet still an octopus. Pull him on up. And okay, we have double layers right here. And let's get our arms for our Demogoblin out. Look how cool those look. The scales right there, right? And the hands are not complete mirror images. This hand's open a little bit more than this one. And that really cool chain around the wrist. And then look how cool this torn glove effect looks. Just set that aside. Let's get our superior octopus on out. Get his little backpack looking piece. And look how outstanding this is. We got some great mobility on the head. Really far back and forward. Look, and even tilts his head. Look at his head sculpt, looks great. Look at his body sculpt, and I'm loving the fact that this one has the butterfly joints that are going to bring the arms in, a lot further out. Remember, you'll have to spin the shoulder to make sure you get the right mobility on there, right movement, I should say. Look at that. So great movement in the shoulders, great movement in the high part of the bicep, and there's a nice solid feel on this build. The elbows are double jointed, but they only come into a little bit more than the 90 degree angle. These parts of the wrist are loose. They're not really like tight on there, and they're not glued, so they do move. Just keep that in mind. Let's see. This, I'm not getting this wrist to move, even though it's got a joint there, but it's probably just stuck. That's okay. Look at this beautiful sculpt right here. Look at that. For these gloves, look at this one. That look outstanding. Now look at this awesome symbol right here. And then this one has a very different ab crunch. Look at that. Because it's almost got like for the female characters, except right here under the ribs, except of course it's wider, broader I should say. And we move right here at the waist. We have an outstanding sculpt, and I like the gray, the black, and the green, how it all goes together. We're gonna put this, it needs to be this way. There we are. And we'll put those octopus arms, legs in just a moment. Okay, we got some good mobility. And the knee was nice and smooth, but yet still strong. The legs do come higher than the 90 degree angle to get some even better articulation. And then I like this stripe that's right here, and we have some good point and flex and pivot. And then we move right here at the high part of the shin and the high part of the thigh. This sculpt for the Spider-Man is outstanding. And let me just say, I don't typically like it to move here because it looks very unnatural. That doesn't move like that on anybody. But you know, at least it's not loose. And let's get these pieces to complete our superior octopus. Let's push this all the way through. Oh no, I didn't realize this was gonna pop off. So this looks like this. Looks cool. It does spin. Let's get all of these on out of here. I guess I could take off the little grabber part, like, or maybe not. The little claw, it said grabber part. We'll push that through. Set this aside. And let's see about getting the shorter arms on the bottom. And let's see. All we gotta do is pop this in here like that. Look how that looks. Let's see about putting this here. Maybe not. What about over here? There we go. How's that? Okay. Let's get this one down here. Look at that. How does that look? And then maybe we can put this bad boy right up here. So I think that looks pretty outstanding. And just so you know, these are not posable. There's no wire in there. So it'll appear to stay, but it'll go right back. So just keep that in mind. And maybe we can actually, like, you know, we can put him in a stand if we like, but maybe we'll save it for Vulture. We'll just have him, again, standing nice and strong. And let's see. Let me get a good pose for this guy. Okay, what do you think about this? I think it looks absolutely amazing. Look at that. We can spin this up a little bit. We can have him, let's put him right here. Look at this. Check that out. Tell me that doesn't look incredible. Wow. Oops. A little excited and knocked one of them over. So let's move him back this way. There we go. I will fix him in a moment. But I am so excited at how great these Spider-Man look. Alright, so let's move on. I can't get over how great he looks. Okay, let's move on to our next figure. What do you say? Marvel's Vulture. Looks so great. Now, I will say this. It's grown on me because I was never a big fan of classic Vulture, especially not this big old, you know, fur neck piece, and then how he just holds those bird wings, and then he kind of looks like Mr. Burns, you know. And I don't know if this one's any better, but you know, it's kind of grown on me after a while. But it does come with a headpiece of our Demogoblin. And look at this art again. I think I prefer Michael Keaton. Well, let's read the back from Marvel's Vulture. It says, Adrian Toombs uses a specialized flying suit to soar through the skies as the Vulture. You know, there's no comparison on how great they made him look in Spider-Man Homecoming. But still, cool to have the comic book version, especially when you're collecting these the way that I am. The way that I am. Wow, cool. So we'll get that out in just a moment. Interesting, look at this. This headpiece for this Demogoblin. Got beautiful detail. Look at that. Let's take a closer look at the end of this video when we build our Build-A-Figure together. So, take a look at the other head sculpt. That way you can see what that looks like, because I'm probably not going to switch them out. I think I like just the standard one better. Wow, I like this texture right here. That looks cool. I guess we could have this one, right? But we'll just leave them like this. Like that. Simpson, eh? Doesn't ring a bell. Put this back right in here. And let's pull these out to sculpt our... What? Is there multiple pieces? What? Oh, my bad. Because this would go here. And this, I guess, would go here. Excuse me. There's Find This Sneeze. I've been waiting to do forever. Okay, so this would go here. I can get that piece in. Alright. I'll get this in here. I'll get this in here. There we are. And there we are. I'm assuming that... Ooh, it popped right out. Let's try the other one. Put these together. Alright, now let's try this again. And this one, I couldn't tell if this was white piece or not. But let's see. Interesting. Because I was like, okay, let's compare it to this. Looks like that's that. And this would be like so. But maybe I just have it on the wrong side, because that looks like maybe it's supposed to be on this side. And that would be showing us this. Alright, let's try that. So let's try this as if it's maybe on the wrong side. There we go. How's that? Maybe this just goes like that. It definitely looks like it goes a lot better. And hasn't fallen out. There we go. Let's pop this in here. This little slot right here. And it definitely clicked a lot better. And so this one here. Okay, so maybe that's it. Maybe I just had it wrong. Alright, let's take a closer look now. The head will go pretty far back, actually. Look at that. Pretty far forward. Definitely tilts and turns. Let's get an even closer look at his head sculpt. Interesting. Definitely looks like a vulture. Alright. Ab crunch. Decent forward. Doesn't really move very far back. He does have these butterfly joints so that we can put really good arm articulation. Look at that, how far it comes in and pretty far out, obviously. Joints are a little stiffer. Would have imagined. You have him as this thin body sculpt, even thinner than Spider-Man. The legs, they come up pretty far forward. Look at that. And the knees definitely bend all the way in. Look at that. They're stiff at first, but then they're a lot looser right after that. And they come further and then straight. We have some good articulation here at the ankles. And so I'm digging the way this paint has got that two-tone and kind of fades right there. It's got a pretty good paint job. Look at this. And so the hands are very similar, but they're not the same. And they do spin around. They do go back and forth. And we do have double joints at the elbow, but it's kind of hard to... There we go. I was going to say it was kind of hard to move them with this here. But they did stay. Look at that. So let's see if we can't get a good sculpt, not sculpt, pose for him, and we'll use this dynamic figure stand. So let's try that. We'll do this, which is very simple. We'll have him kind of like coming down like that. Put him in here like so. And that should be good enough. Look at that. What do you think? Isn't that pretty awesome? I think so. Alright, so we'll leave him like that. And what do you say we move on? Let's get to our next figure, because that actually looks pretty outstanding. Look at that. Wow. Ooh, he fell again. I guess we're going to have to fix his foot or whatever it is that he keeps leaning over for. Okay, cool. So we have two more figures and then our Build-A-Figure. So, let's move on. Next, we have Marvel's White Rabbit. And this one looks like they did a pretty good job with this sculpt and the paint, and it definitely pops right out. And they use this pink right here for this umbrella to really pop out even more. So this beautiful artwork. It's a mirror image on both sides. And then if you'll notice, there's been this theme of webbing on the side of these boxes, except for, of course, the first two that we had that were white boxes. So, well, just to show. There we go. Alright. So these last four have that, and they have this really cool spider symbol right here. So So let's get Marvel's White Rabbit out, but let's read the back first. And so, doesn't that look cool? It actually does. So, Marvel's White Rabbit. A brilliant woman with a twisted mind, Dr. Lorena Dodson is the deranged queen of crime, the White Rabbit. So, let's get her on out. That looks really cool. And so, there we are. And first thing I noticed is, oops, right here, is this glider. Look how cool this flame glider is. So, and we'll show a little bit more in a little bit, but look at that. Doesn't that look outstanding? It comes with a stand. Look at this. Big enough, outstanding. We can pop that in there. We'll set that aside so we can really take a look once we're done. Let's get this umbrella that's unfortunately been sitting in there too long, and it's soft right here, so it's not straight at the moment. It's alright. This away. Alright. So, man, let's take a look at this face sculpt, the hair sculpt, just overall. It's unfortunately has a little bit of artifacts there, and I didn't realize that I had pinched my skin right there. Look at that. But man, definitely looks cool. The paint job on there. There's a little bit of blemishes, I will say that, like right here and so on, but I definitely like how it's kind of like this, there's highlights and so on. By the way, it's kind of like dry brushed or something on there. It's cool how there's like a pocket watch going from there to there, and then this is a jacket that looks like it could come off, but again, like other figures we've had where the jackets come off, you're still stuck with the sleeves of the suit, so there's really no point in taking it off unless you have arms to replace it with. So it's cool how there's this bow tie right here, and it's just loose on there, so the head moves only so far forward and so far back because the hair is going to restrict it from going back, and the bow tie is going to restrict it from coming forward. And you can take the bow tie off if you pop the head off, but no thanks, we'll leave it on there. These rabbit ears look cool. Head does turn pretty well, and the hair is soft, but since it's a big amount of it, it doesn't feel so soft there, but it definitely looks like it's blowing in the wind, so I like the way that looks. The arms do move around pretty well. The arms go back really well also, and they do not move anywhere on the bicep, but they do move here at the elbow. They come into about a 90-degree angle, just almost a 90-degree angle, and then they'll turn there. The wrists do go back and forth. It looks like they're able to hold accessories. Clearly we're going to want her to hold this, but doesn't come with any of their accessories. Does the waist move? No, but it's definitely got that very subtle ab crunch right there. The rib cage, I'm like, ugh, it only moves so much. Look, just barely. Got a really good sculpt. The legs come almost straight out. Pretty good knee joints with a double joint in the knee. Moves the high part of the thigh, and it has a pretty good hip joint. There we go. Moves there. Oops. And that means it was not as strong as I thought it was right there in the knee, if it's going to move that much like that. Look at that. It does have the ability to move here, which I don't like it to move there, so I'm glad it's actually pretty stiff there. And then let's see right here on these big furry boots, there's some great articulation for the ankles and the feet. So let's see what we can do here to get a really good pose. Maybe we want to... Oh, I didn't really show the umbrella too much yet. And our other Spider-Man fell again. It's got a pretty good sculpt there. And we'll just put this in the hand like this. And we'll make it look like she is holding it like a rifle. Oops. There we go, we can straighten that out. Maybe we can just do that, or she's about to, right? bring it down low. There we go. And we'll just straighten her legs out. There we are. What do you guys think? So that looks cool. And we'll put her right on over here near Vulture. There we are. So that looks great. Okay. Boom, and then this guy keeps falling. So we'll just have to fix his foot or something in a minute. Okay, let's move on to our last figure before our Build-A-Figure. And this last one is, of course, Marvel's Master of Kung Fu, Shang-Chi. And there will be a movie coming out about this awesome character, you know, in the next couple years from, of course, the MCU. And I'm excited about that. It looks like they're gonna have also the real Mandarin and the 10 rings, right? So that looks cool. So look at this really cool artwork. I like how it's outlined right here in black, even though there's not a whole lot of art with the black outline. Definitely makes it pop out like that. That looks cool. Like he's like jumping with his legs up in there, and look at this really cool action pose here. So we just got some scuffs or something here. So let's read what the back says. It says Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi is a master of martial arts and a warrior for justice. Doesn't really tell us too much, but something that did stick out to me was that it has his name here, has her name here, has his name here, does not have his name up here before the write-up. So interesting. And all the other ones do as well. Spider armor and oops, I grabbed the wrong one. Okay, so there. Let's go ahead and just open our Shang-Chi. I dropped the other box, that's what happened, and I'm trying to grab it. Okay, let's bust them on out. This one feels a little heavier than the other ones. Let's find out why. Ooh, that's why, because it's got this torso here. Look at all these accessories. Kind of what we've been begging for, right? So let's first take out our Demogoblin torso midsection here. Oh, okay, I guess we can do that. There, look at that. That looks really cool. Man. Get in focus here, buddy. There, that looks pretty cool. Look at this. And this shredded cape. That looks cool. Set that aside. And let's get him on out of here. Look, we have this piece here which can break off, so be careful with that. Pop him out. Make sure this doesn't get stuck here. Kind of softly pull it out. So look at this awesome head sculpt. Look at that. Taking out this little bit of paint bleed, and that's alright. I like this hair sculpt. Let's see, the head comes really far forward and down, and then it can move forward, but also pivot from there, and then move side to side. Look at that. Great articulation there. We have the butterfly joint here, which we definitely need for some martial arts moves. And look at this, he's got like that Bruce Lee body sculpt. And he's got an extreme ab crunch, which is what we want with Spider-Man. I don't know why we didn't get that before. So I'm really liking this body sculpt. Let's see. The belt, just kind of loose on there, but you know, it's alright. And let's see how well the arms move. Move very well at the shoulder. Move very well at the bicep. Let's see how well these double joints here work. Pretty good. They come in at about a 45-degree angle. Unfortunately, it looks like I have a little bit of plastic residue there, or some residual plastic from where the molding was. And so I like the wrists move really well. That nice and smooth. And this one's almost a mirror image of the other one. Let's bring the arm in, and again moves around at the wrist, back and forth. And let's see the knees. There's a strong knee joint there for being a thinner leg, right? And then I really appreciate that the hip joint brings it up higher than just straight, and barely, but still pretty good hip joint. And we move in the high part of the thigh, and then you'll hear that's nice and solid. It There we go. I like how his pants look, and then these cuffs right here. They come up to the above the ankle, low part of the shin, and then the feet sculpt. That looks pretty good. They even got toenails. Look at that. So those feet look pretty good. And then they should point and flex pretty well. Sure do. And then pivot well. Look at that. They're just stuck because they're new. So just be careful. Make sure you apply pressure in right there so it doesn't accidentally crack off. This one is, there we go. Okay, cool. So this Shang-Chi has amazing accessories. Look at this. So we have nunchucks, and it has this really cool dragon head. Look at this. Doesn't that look awesome? And one that's permanently straight, one that's permanently bent like that. And look at all these hands. So we can make it like martial arts, or a hand to be holding these, and straight hands like that. Look at that. Doesn't that look absolutely amazing? So why don't we try one of these weapons? And we're not going to pull out all these hands, but I just want to celebrate how there's 5 sets of hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then of course 5. And these two match here. These two match here. I guess these two match here, and those two match there. So let's get this one out. Look how this one looks. And let's see. It looks like it will crack off here if you're not careful. So let's keep that in mind. Look how great this sculpt looks. This dragon head. That looks great. So maybe we can have him like holding it like that or something. So give me a second. Let's get this hand off by pulling it out, and let's get this one out here so we can have him holding it, right? If we don't crack the fingers off, this is what this one looks like. Maybe we can just roll this on in there. Look at that. Maybe we can just have it like this. And give him like martial arts type hand held out. Maybe we can put straight hand, you know, maybe we can do the other ones, but yeah, give him a strong stance and not anything like crouching or whatever. So I think that looks absolutely great. Look at that. We'll have him. How's that? Looks wonderful. Great. So let's set him aside over here. I think that looks absolutely outstanding. Let's put this in here. So we don't lose that hand. You know what? If I can slide that hand up in here. Up in here. Got a little bit of tape. You know? Doesn't fit perfectly, but at least won't lose it. Okay. And the part you've all been waiting for. And one last look at how they look before we get our Build-A-Figure piece, and then of course our Spider-Man here who refuses to stay standing up. Okay, so here we go.